Hello everyone, welcome back to Vickie's Country Home. It's finally a beautiful spring day. I get to be outside. It's like mid-70s and sun shining, so it's beautiful. But today, I'm out picking wild violets. I'm going to turn this around and show you that this whole area is just covered with them. I hope you can see them. This entire part of my field is all of these little bitty gorgeous violets. These are called Beckwith Violets, and they're native to this area. They're native to rocky clay areas. I have a lot of that, and I have tons of these. This is the greenery for them. It's different from other violets. But this whole area I'm in, you can't walk without stepping on the plants. So I'm out with Shayna picking violets. Why? We'll show you in a few minutes. It is a gorgeous spring day, finally. Today. Might not be tomorrow, but for today it's beautiful. It's like 75 degrees, the sun is shining, and it's hot outside. Because here in the high desert, you're at high altitude, the sun seems a lot stronger, so it was warm. But I was so excited because this year, for the first time ever, I've never seen these on our property or anywhere else out here. I found a ton of wild violets. They are beautiful. Shayna tells me they smell wonderful, but my allergies this time of year, I can't smell a thing. So I'm hoping that when I use these, that I'm going to be able to smell it then. So finding so many of these little wild violets, and I mean they are over a huge area, I thought I want to do something with it, and I had seen people make jellies from wildflowers. Now, you have to make sure that they are edible. Violets are, the leaves and the flowers and the stems, they're all edible. And you have to make sure that they haven't been sprayed with anything. Well, nothing is sprayed way out on that part of the property, or actually anywhere, because I don't use sprays. So I know that these are safe and I know they're edible. So I'm going to make violet jelly from my wild violets. And this type of violet is called the Beckwith Violet, and it's pretty naturalized in this part of the country, Nevada, Utah, Oregon, Washington, I believe. But they're very uncommon. So the fact that I have so many of them is just amazing. So I am going to make jelly from these beautiful flowers. Now it says just the flowers, not the stems. So I'm going to double check, but I believe I have all the flowers here. And I need 2 cups, and I've got just a little bit over that. So I'm good there. So the first thing you have to do to make the jelly is you have to make a tea out of the flowers. So I'm going to wash these thoroughly, and then I'll come back and show you what I'm going to do next. Alright, I have rinsed my violets really well and drained them. And now all you have to do is you want a quart canning jar. So I've got that, got my funnel, and I'm just going to put all of these beautiful flowers. You know, they're so pretty you hate to waste them. But they're not being wasted because we're going to get jelly from it. I'm so excited. I have never made jelly from wildflowers. So this is a first for me. But I couldn't resist. Alright, aren't they pretty? I may have to take a picture of that just because it's so pretty. All right, I'm getting some water boiling, and then we'll come back and we're gonna get this tea made so I can make jelly. All right, I've brought my water to a boil, and all I'm gonna do is fill this with this boiling water. Now I just need to let this sit until the water is cooled, and then I am going to put this in the refrigerator overnight, and I want this to sit for 24 hours. I want to get all the flavor and color and everything out of these beautiful violets. So I'll bring you back tomorrow. It's actually been 2 days because yesterday things got really wrapped up with my business, so I didn't get back to this in time. But I don't know if you can see how dark that is. It's beautiful. So now we're going to strain this out. Nice. And I'm straining through a jelly bag. You could use cheesecloth. Whatever works. And we just want to get all this goodness out of it. And we're just going to slightly squeeze it just to get all the liquid out. All right, all those flowers, and that's all you get left when they're done. All right, here is the liquid that we got from just steeping those flowers in boiling water and refrigerating it for 2 days. And the recipe says that you should have 3.5 to 4 cups of liquid. And I'm just shy of 3.5, so I'm going to add a little bit of water because I want to make sure that I have the right amount. All right, right now I have just over 3.5 cups, which is going to be perfect. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to put this into a saucepan. And it already has a kind of violet color to it. Now we're going to add 1/4 cup of lemon juice, and I always use bottled when I'm canning. And that's because of acidity. But there's supposed to be something happens when you pour this in, so let's take a look. Look at the color now. So it was like a deep purple. And this is what happens when you add the 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Now we're going to add 1 package of powdered pectin. Stir it and mix it well. Now we're going to take this over to the range and get this jelly started. All right, Now we're just gonna put this over, I've got it about a medium heat on the normal range. On this one is just below, but I'm gonna stir this and bring it to a boil, and then we will add our sugar. It's come to a boil. Now I'm going to stir in 4 cups of granulated sugar. Sorry if I've got this, it's a bad angle for me to show you better. We're going to stir that and get it well dissolved. And we're going to bring this back up to a boil. And just look at the color of this. It is just gorgeous. And I think we're there. Now I'm going to boil it and stir it for 1 to 2 minutes. All right, it's been boiling for 2 minutes. I'm going to remove this from the heat, and then I'm going to go over and stir this and skim the foam for 5 minutes. So we'll see you in a minute. Okay, I've stirred it and got most of the foam. There's a tiny bit left. So I've got my jars heating in my canner because I very seldom use my dishwasher. It uses power. This recipe says to can in half pints, but we don't use that much, so I think I'm going to can it in these little 4-ounce jars. That way none of it will go bad if we don't eat it in time. Let me see if I can get you a better view of this. All right. And we're going to leave a 1/4 inch of headspace on these jars. And it is beautiful. And I am using hot jars because my jelly is hot. You never want to put it into a cold jar. And I have my water bath canner heated up like I told you because that's how I got my jars warm. All right, I'm gonna take a paper towel, and I have some vinegar water here. I'm going to thoroughly clean the rims. Fingertip tight. And I'm going to finish filling these jars and put them all in the canner, and then we'll come back. Well, these are all finished. I just took them out of the water bath canner. I processed them for 20 minutes, but I'm at high altitude and the recipe calls for 10 minutes, so just be sure and adjust it for your altitude. But look at the gorgeous color of these. And I got the 8 4-ounce jars and that half pint there. And this other half pint almost full. So I didn't process that. That one we will eat. And I did taste it. I didn't know what to expect. I've never had wildflower jelly before, and this was so, it's kind of tangy tasting. I can't describe it, but it's floral and tangy and sweet and just really, really good. I will definitely do this if I can catch those violets blooming again next year. It is delicious. So there they are. I can't wait to try it out. And thank you for coming along. I hope you give me thumbs up, subscribe, and share. God bless, and we'll talk again soon.